Welcome to my new series. I am super thrilled to launch this new series and share with you some of the behind the scenes things that go on behind producing the podcast, enhancing the human experience, and some of the other projects that I'm working on. And in this first episode, which it's always challenging to launch the first episode of anything because it kind of sets the stage for future episodes. But in this first episode, I want to share with you what you can expect from future videos in this series, and we're going to be talking about some of the other things that I'm doing, and also dive into one of the topics that I want to share with you to help you get where you're going in life faster, more efficiently, more effectively, all the good things that we want. So for starters, the series is called On the Go with me, Mark Phillips, and as you can see, it's mostly going to be on the go, right? I'm really excited to do this. I have been thinking about new ideas for new vlog style / video style, really free form series that I wanted to introduce on the YouTube channel that is radically different from the podcast Enhancing the Human Experience or, Focus and Flow vlog. I wanted something that is really open, like a super open platform that gives me a lot of creative freedom to do things that I think will be beneficial to you on your journey and help you on your journey, and share some of the behind the scenes things that are going on. And so this is something that's been in the work for quite some time. So a little bit of background about this series. Like I said, it's going to be super free form. I'm going to let it evolve to a large degree as I go forward here, and definitely be listening to your feedback, some of the things that you want to do. I definitely see a potential Q&A session involved here, or Q&A option involved with this series, where you can leave comments in the YouTube section below. And if I know the answer or know something that will help you on your journey related to your question, I will definitely share it. If I don't, of course, I'll tell you, I'll let you know. And so I definitely see that as an option. But also, like I said, vlog style, sharing ideas and insights that have been beneficial to me on my journey that I think will help you on your journey. We're also going to have fun. We're going to have hopefully guests joining me. And so, long story short, I'm super open to how this series is going to evolve, and I'm really, really excited to launch it. As far as when I'll be sharing these series, I don't know that for sure yet. I'm definitely going to try to do one a week, but as you can see, it's super free form, super kind of open content. So I definitely maybe even think more often posting than one a week. So a little bit about me for those of you who don't know me. My name's Mark Phillips, or G. Mark Phillips as it were. I host Enhancing the Human Experience podcast, which has been my passion project for the last couple of years. You can find episodes of that podcast always here on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/gmarkphillips, or on my website at gmarkphillips.com, or, as if that weren't enough, any of your favorite podcast players. So that's my passion project, but I was looking for something a little more fluid, a little more dynamic, and that's where this series On the Go grew out of. And so, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is sharing best practices for living. That's kind of the heart of Enhancing the Human Experience podcast, and I share some of the things that have benefited me on my journey. And also, I thoroughly enjoy having guests come on the show and share their experience with you, because I really believe that all of us have knowledge and wisdom and experiences locked up inside of us, that when we share that knowledge, wisdom, and experience with other people, we all raise our standard of living and our ability to, create the experiences we want in life, have extraordinary lives. Everything gets better when we share those best practices for living. And so that's one of the reasons I love interviewing people and having them on the podcast, is to do that. And so that's part of my passion. But again, I wanted something a little more dynamic and somewhat different, a different type of flavor on my YouTube channel. I also have on the YouTube channel Focus and Flow Vlogs, which is the vlog from the product line that I created for conscious creators, and you're a conscious creator, we all are. and that's product and apparel that you can find at focusandflow.co. So that vlog is a little bit its own kind of animal, whereas I talk about the products you can find in the store and the meaning behind those products. A lot of them are metaphysical and spiritually based, and so that's kind of the essence of the Focus and Flow vlog. But that's a little bit about me. Like I say, I'm super passionate about, sharing information and knowledge that will help you on your journey to get to where you want to be, and also have some fun in the process. I've written 5 books. A couple of them is a 2-part children's series titled The Magic of Being. And if you've listened to the podcast before, I talk a lot about being. I'm a really big proponent of this idea that we should be more and then do. I'm not necessarily going to say do less, because I think action is where, we want to take that action too. There's a lot of fun to be had in the action, but being is super important in the things that I talk about in the books that I write. And there's the 2-part children's series, The Magic of Being, books 1 and 2. Also, I wrote a book called Just Be It, The Secret to Having What You Want in Life. So as you can see, I'm super enthusiastic about this notion of being the foundation of having the experiences that we want in life. So you can find all those books on Amazon, or information about those books on my website. But that's a little bit about me. Now, let's get into what will be the first topic of this series here. And as you know, this series is titled On the Go, and the reason that I came up with that idea is because, you're going places in business and in life. You want to get to certain circumstances, have certain experiences, and my goal is to help you get there faster by sharing these best practices for living. I'm on the journey just as you are. And again, I definitely will always use the word sharing. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm becoming a better version of myself always as well. And I teach the things that I want to learn. I want to be really super clear about that, right? I don't have all the answers. I'm on the path just like you are. But this series really means a lot to me to share some of the things that I've learned. I'm kind of like I would describe myself as a personal development junkie, right? Or a spiritual junkie. And I really love this stuff because over my course of life, the years that I've lived so far, I've come to realize that it really does. It is an internal game primarily, and then when we create inside of ourselves the feeling and the consciousness of being the person we want to be, doing the things we want to do, and having the experiences we want to have, that's when life starts to get really awesome, and we start to tune in to those experiences and those circumstances that we want. So I find it to be really, really powerful. And again, teaching what you want to learn, right? All of my stuff, and I've said this a bunch of times before in videos or podcasts, I'm my number one student. I don't profess to be anything other than that. I need to learn this stuff. I want to learn this stuff, but teaching it helps me learn it. Sharing it helps you learn it if you find value in it. So I think it becomes a win-win overall. Like I said, I'm really passionate about all this stuff. So the idea is this notion that when you're where you're going, right, and this is what I want to share with you in this first episode, is that where you're going, even though it may seem like a destination or a set of circumstances, that travel, that journey is really ultimately fundamentally like an internal journey, and a journey to a state of being or a state of mind, or let's even say state of consciousness, right? I'm a big fan of Emmett Fox and his work, and he wrote the book called Life is Consciousness. And ultimately that's what we're doing. To arrive at a certain circumstance in our life or a certain experience, we definitely have to have that transformation of consciousness and that transformation of our being. This goes back to what I was talking about being earlier. And so that's the thing I want to share with you in this first episode, that where you're going, what you want, the experiences and circumstances you want, whether it's, better relationships, more money, better health, all of those things begin as an internal shift, an internal state shift, or an internal thinking shift, thought shift. All of those things are like synonymous in my mind. And so I hope that's been helpful. I really want to thank you for tuning into this very first episode of On the Go. And until next time, have an awesome week. We'll talk to you soon. All the best. health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.